Morning everybody. We're looking at your spellings homework for this week so that we can do our spellings test for next week. So the rule this week is looking at affixes. Now an affix is something that you stick at the beginning or at the end of a word. If it's at the beginning of the word, it's a prefix, and if it's at the end of a word, it's a suffix. So you start off with your root word, your original word. So we could take the word happy. If we were going to put a prefix on it, we could make it unhappy. Okay, so the prefix is un. So you get happy as your root word, you add a prefix, you've got unhappy. And then if you wanted to put a suffix, a word on the end, not a word, but a part of a word on the end, you could make it unhappiest. Okay, so you start with happy, get unhappy, unhappiest. So you've added a prefix and a suffix. We could take a different word. We could use taste. That's your root word, taste. If you add a prefix to it, you could get distaste. No, that's step 2, isn't it? Because then distaste isn't a word, but distasteful is a word. So we start with taste, then we add a suffix first. We get tasteful, then we can add our prefix, so we get distasteful. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So you don't always add the prefix before the suffix, it depends on the word. Now, your homework is to take a load of root words, add prefixes and suffixes to them to make new words. They don't all have to have a prefix and a suffix. They might just have a prefix, or they might just have a suffix. So you need this sheet. This is from your Angry Birds book. Now it says, doesn't have a date on it. We're getting towards the end of the book now. So it says your homework, fill in the table. Remember, the prefix and suffix could be added in either order. Watch out for possible changes in spelling. So sometimes you might find the root word changes its spelling slightly. Now they've given you some words. You have to try and work out either the root word or the prefix or the suffix or both. Now I'm going to give you a few more words, okay? In fact, there's more. I'm going to give you more words than you've got space for in your table. So these are the words I'm going to give you, or you probably can't see those. Let's try this. Can you see those? Yes. So I'm going to give you the words. Now I can't read them because they're at the front. Like, law, healthy, and arrange to start with. So if we look at those, so if you have the word like, you could add a suffix to that and it would become likeable, or you could add a prefix as well, it could become unlikable. If we look at law, we could get lawful and unlawful. Healthy, unhealthy, unhealthiest or unhealthier. Arrange, you could have rearrange, arrangement, rearrangement. And then if you look at the middle column here, we've got mistrust and recycle. So you need to work out what you think the root words were for mistrust and recycle. And you could, and certainly with recycle, you could add a suffix as well to that. And then look at the last one, uncomfortable. You need to work out from uncomfortable what the root word is, and go back and then take off or add a prefix or a suffix to it. It's already got both of those on, so you need to take them both off. Uncomfortable. And that would help you with your spelling. In fact, we'll do it together because it's actually it's a word we use quite a lot, but it's really difficult to spell. So if we take off the prefix, we get comfortable, which is a word we use a lot, but it is really hard to spell. If you take off the suffix as well, you get comfort. Okay, and that is going to help you to remember how to spell the word uncomfortable, because we don't say it how it's spelled. It is uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Okay, so comfort is your root word, so that should help you remember how to spell it. Comfort, uncomfortable, uncomfortable. And when we say it together, uncomfortable, we miss that bit out, don't we, when we say it out loud? Okay, so if I hold those there for a minute, you could probably stop the video so you can add those to your list. So if you just stop the video, add those to your list and fill in the rest of the columns. That's for this table here on your homework. And then the second page of your homework is this, okay, which you'll find if you go to the next page on your Angry Birds book, and you need to fill in these. There's a whole bank of prefixes here, so you've got dis, im, mis, il, in, re, un. Some of them we don't always use properly, so you might need to double check it with the parent or with a dictionary. Okay, then we've got a bank of suffixes: able, ants, eon, ment, al, full, li, and e, y on the end. So think carefully and notice, particularly with the suffixes ly and y, there's no e there. Okay, there's only a few words that add ey to the end. Usually it's just y. So you can add, for all of these words here, prefixes and suffixes. They don't always work, so you just need to think about it carefully. Say it out loud sometimes, then that might help you. When you've done that, you need to take this book here, okay, and you need to turn to page 68, okay, and your task is to do page 68 and 69, and these are just using the prefixes dis and miss, okay. It explains everything to you in the box, okay. It tells you again about a prefix, which I've already told you. It's something that can be added to the beginning of a word to make a new word. So here we've got the root word honour, and they've added the prefix dis, so we get dishonour. Okay, then we've got the word allow, and they've added the prefix dis, so it becomes disallow. And behave and misbehave, not disbehave, this one is misbehave. Okay, so the first bit here, you're going to split the words up so you can see the prefix and the root word. Then with the life belts here, you're going to join a prefix to a root word, and make sure you put the completed words in the box. Often some of you miss that bit. Okay, number 3, you've got lots of sentences, and you've got to decide to add dis or miss to the front of the root word. And number 4 is quite straightforward actually. They give you a meaning of a word, and you've got to decide if you're adding dis or miss. And number 5, they've given you a couple of mixed up words to do, so you just need to look carefully at the meaning and work out what the word is that's been mixed up. I'll show you that. Can you see? So those letters together will spell a word that means to use something incorrectly, so you need to decide what that is. Okay, and that is your spellings homework for this week. Now if you would like to do a little bit more, and you've got time, you probably will have time actually, you can take this book, okay, and you can do page 18, and that's more prefixes and suffixes. Okay, they're giving you the first questions 1 to 7, they give you 2 choices. So for example, it says another word for naughty is disobedient or inobedient. You have to decide which is the right word. So this won't take you very long, but it is quite good for your knowledge and your spellings. Okay, so you just need to circle or underline the right word. And for 8 to 14, you've got to add the suffix ity, ion, or nes to make a new word. But it will become clear when you look at the book. It is quite clear and it is well explained. Okay, so you've got 3 things to do. You've got your spelling booklet with the Angry Birds on it, and you've got 2 pages to do in that. You've got to fill out the table, and then you've got to do the next page adding prefixes and suffixes. Then you have to do this book. I've lost the page already. Page 68. Okay, so that's in your grammar, punctuation and spelling book. You're doing page 68 and 69. And then in this one, if you've got time, and this won't take you very long, you need to do page 18. Okay, so be brilliant. That is your spellings homework for this week.